Hi guys, so today is part 4 of my travel to Nigeria during the pandemic series. In my series, I'm explaining the process of traveling to Nigeria during the pandemic, from getting my COVID test done, to registering on the NITP portal, to flying to Nigeria. And this video is all about what to expect once you land at Lagos Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Like, what are you going to expect? In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step every single element that I mentioned, and hopefully also to give you advice on how to best navigate these steps too. And my advice for future travelers traveling into the country during this pandemic. If any of you guys watching this video have traveled back to Nigeria in recent times, I'm sure many of you would have advice and tips that you'd want to share. Please take the time to leave a comment down below. I'm sure many of us would appreciate it. Before I get started, my name is Sassy Funke and I am an author. Yes, I recently just wrote the first ever high quality, locally curated travel guide for Lagos. So yes, make sure you grab your copy. I'm going to leave all the links down below. It's on Amazon. You can find it locally in Nigeria to purchase. All the links are down below. And instead of buying one, why don't you buy 3? Buy 3 and gift it to your family and friends, because it's the perfect gift this season. I am also a travel and lifestyle content creator, and I'm the founder of Travel to Niger. If you're not aware of what Travel to Niger is, I implore you to just go over to our Instagram page, Travel to Niger, and on our website we provide so much resource and tools to help travelers traveling to and from Nigeria. So definitely go check that out. Anyways, if you're new here too, don't forget to smash that subscribe, that big red button down below, so that you can be a part of this incredible family. And if you've been loving my series on here, this protocol COVID-19, give this video a thumbs up. Let's get to 100 likes, like super quickly. Let's make it happen. Thumbs up right now. So let's start with landing in Nigeria. When we landed in Nigeria with British Airways disembarked us row by row, slowly off the plane, right, for social distancing purposes. We made our way from the gate. I believe it's like E55, that gate where BA, KLM always, park. That's where we were. So we had to walk that long journey towards, that small elevator there. That journey is super long. So I'd advise you guys to make sure you dress well. Lucky for us, we actually took our baby's pushchair with us on the plane. So once we got off the plane, we just put her in the pushchair and pushed her through that whole long journey, because that whole distance is a long way. Make sure you do everything to be comfortable. Also, make sure you dress very light, because I can't promise you that the AC will be on blast for your arrival. So dress light, dress comfortable. Because when we reached the escalator, the place where it says welcome to Nigeria, I was so happy that the escalator was working, because I know in the past it sometimes doesn't work. So it was just nice that I didn't have to carry my hand luggage all the way down the escalator, struggling. That was nice. When we got to the bottom of the escalator, I noticed that there was a queue on the left, and there was a queue, not a queue, but there was a pathway to the right, and everybody naturally went left. So we actually gravitated to going left until an official stopped us. I would say this, a lot of officials don't actually wear uniform. Maybe they have a badge, so bear that in mind. And he said, oh, you have a baby, take this route. And I could clearly see that it was signposted that this route was priority. So we made our way. Priority, what can I say? Having a baby has benefits, and this is one of them. I'm kidding, there's many, but it was great to know that I sort of had priority going towards the health officials. So the first officials that you meet when you disembark the plane is actually the health officials. So when we got to the bottom of this queue, this priority queue, we met with 2 ladies from the health authority, and they asked us whether we've done our COVID test, whether we've registered, and they also asked whether we paid for our in-country COVID test, to which we replied yes. They asked to see a copy of the payments, and I showed them my husband's. And I asked them if they wanted to see my own. They just said, no, just go, right? So that was a very, very quick process to actually get through the first stage, which is the health officials. I could see on the other side, the queue, that other queue was so long, as in That's all I have to say. It was super long, but our queue was super fast. Okay, so I don't know whether the other queue was then split up into those that had paid and those that hadn't paid or registered. I only know that for the priority line, it was super quick. It was hardly anybody there, and the other line I could see that it was super long. At this stage, we left the port health officials and moved towards immigration. An official at the airport then told us to take the ramp down to a separate queue, not the main queue for immigration. Honestly, I was so happy to be on this particular queue because there was hardly anyone on the queue compared to the main queue. On this line, when we got to the front of the line, we met with a lady that was instructing everyone on where to move, and the fact that she saw us with a baby told us to sort of like, you know, ushered them to answer us much quicker. And when they answered us, took our passports and I guess stamped it or did something with it, the lady now told us to go back to another queue. The lady that answered us at the passport control told us to go back another queue. And I could see that other queue was super long. So I actually went back to the first lady that was redirected to say, oh, we're done there. What do we do now? And she basically pushed us to the front of the other line to get answered to very quickly. When we got there, we met with a gentleman there, and he basically begged the people on the line to say, oh, please, they have a baby, let them go through quick, you know, let them go through. I could tell the people's face that they were so upset, like what the hell, but they were like, okay, it's a baby, let's let it slide. In the midst of all this, yes, I just heard someone shouting like, get back in line. Thankfully, we're not talking about me or my family. A particular gentleman was upset because there was a lady that was in the general queue with him at the beginning, behind him, way past behind him, and 5 minutes later the lady was like in front of him, like way in front of him, and he was flabbergasted, like so mad, like screaming. You know, I feel like, I don't know, sometimes Lagos brings out anger in people, you know what I mean? And it's at the airport, they start to display it. He was so angry. And it's at this point I would say to you guys that yes, like the queue system at the airport is a mess. Like it's just a mess. And for that lady to have queue jumped in front of him means that somebody somewhere had sort of like maneuvered her. I don't know what happened there, but we know things that happen, right? You know, people come and meet people to say, oh, pay me little, I'll get you in front of the queue. That happens. And this man was not having it. Like, it was not having it. So anyways, the next passport control officer, we met with him, and he got our, you know, did all our fingerprinting. He took a picture of us using a camera. After that, we're directed again to another official because this official was gonna take my daughter's emergency travel certificate. So he then checked it, put some information in it, and told us we could go. And told us we could go and get our luggage. If you're new to traveling to Nigeria, you should be well aware that there is no screen to show you which conveyor belt your baggage is at. Just look for the most, you know, the busiest one, and that's likely to be your one. And bear in mind, there are only about, I believe, 4 conveyor belts in the airport, that part of the airport. In that part of the airport, so you should be able to locate your conveyor belt, and if you can, just ask somebody and they'll direct you towards it. The first thing I did when I got to the baggage reclaim area was to actually take myself to the trolley pay point. And here is where you actually have to pay for your trolley or pay for a porter and a trolley to help assist you out of the airport. At this stage, I was very happy to pay the 2,500 naira that was required for me to get a porter and a trolley that will carry our maybe 6 checked in luggages and take it from the airport to the car park. Many of you might not be aware right now though that in Nigeria at the Lagos airport, you cannot, your family and friends cannot meet you at the arrival door of the airport anymore. No one can. The only place they can meet you is at the car park, and the car park is a walk. You know, in the heat, it's a lot. So if you can afford to pay for a porter service, I advise you pay for it and don't start your suffering from the airport. You know what I mean? So back to the trolley pay point, I paid 2,500 naira to get a porter and a big trolley to take all our suitcases and to help us navigate into the car park. I don't know if they accept other currencies. I don't believe so. They probably will just accept naira. I know there's a money exchange shop within that area, but they were not opened at the time when we were there, so I would not rely on it. Try and have some naira with you just to make your life easier. They will give you a receipt, a small piece of paper saying that you've paid once you receive it, so you have this with you. The reason why I'm saying you should get that receipt is there was an incident that happened during the time when I was there, whereby a guy had paid somebody cash and they had given the guy a trolley, but suddenly the officials that run the trolley were like, no, you didn't pay, and took it from him, and it was a shouting match there. So just make sure you pay for your trolley where it says it's there, to go and pay for your trolley. Don't do any dealings with any random person in the airport. So at this point at the airport, it was 6:43 p.m. Yes, and there were many bags, like many bags on the conveyor belt. There were many bags also being arranged by the conveyor belt, because they were coming at a really fast speed, and there's still so many people waiting at immigration that haven't come out yet. Unfortunately for me, guys, like I waited so long to get my suitcases. By the time we got all my suitcases, some of which were priority labeled, which is shocking because you would think priority should be first sometimes. Bear in mind that your priority luggage might not come first either. By the time we got our luggage and we got to the customs, the time was 8:14, which was an hour and a half after I arrived at baggage, which is crazy. Like a lot of you guys have been DMing us at Travel to Nigeria saying, oh, you got your luggage 20 minutes. I waited an hour and a half, which is, as honestly, I was so upset. I thought I was, you know, our priority baby. I didn't know I was going to do my waiting at baggage reclaim. Finally, at this stage, we met customs right after picking up our luggage, and our porter was with us. Before we got to customs, the porter said to me, he said, do you have any new items in your bag? I was like, no. He was like, well, just make sure when they ask you what's in your bag, just say, oh, just baby stuff and clothes. Like, don't say anything out of the ordinary. For me, it wasn't lying. It was, I only had baby stuff and my clothes, to be honest, nothing else. So when I got there, the customs official stopped us. She asked, you know, my sister, how you doing? She said, your name, yeah, Bukola. My middle name is Bukola, by the way. She was like, we are the same. We are Bukola too. I said, that's nice. She said, oh, so what do you have for me? I said, I have alafia for you. I have joy. I have peace. I brought peace and joy all the way back. She was like, no, I don't need that. I said, no, we all need that. Anyway, I did a bit of banter with her, and after a while, she just let me go.
Are you with them? Just you will pay money for me. Welcome, sir. Welcome. So what I would do? Maybe I find my clothes. Since you are my sick now, let me give you VVIP. VVIP. Can you try to get to my house? So far we have to place that we can want. Next time. Next time. Don't worry, next time. Alright, thank you.
And I think a lot of people get frustrated. I think it's first of all wrong that at every point, I would say at every single point that I met people, even at immigration, they sort of alluded to me helping them and giving them money, and I just brushed it off. I know it's wrong for them to be asking, but I would advise people, don't stress yourself. Like, don't even try to have an argument with them. Just throw a bit of banter and just like let it move, you know? Like, you have places to go. You don't have to fight, as in they should know better. That is, I'm just trying to say what is best for you and for your safe, your mindset. Just ignore it and move on. So we made our way out of customs, and we met after customs the people that check your luggage tag. This is really interesting though, because nowhere else in the world have I noticed that they actually check your luggage tag to make sure you're the owner of the luggage, which I actually very much appreciate, because there was a time when I was traveling, I arrived in London Heathrow and I saw someone taking my luggage. I had to run after them, say, oh, that's my luggage. And we had similar luggages, that was why. So I actually appreciate the fact that in Lagos airport, that they do manually check everybody's tags. Like, they checked every single thing we had, which I was quite impressed by. So after we did that, we then stepped out of, you know, the airport door and made our 7-minute journey to the car park. Guys, I said this before, be comfortable wear comfortable clothes, wear flat shoes, wear light clothes. It is hot. Like, it is hot, hot, hot. Like, yes. And I'll say it again, if you're carrying plenty of suitcases, get a porter. Even the porter herself was struggling at one point.
Oh my gosh! Oh gosh, I can take off this. Whew.
Don't expect a breath of fresh air or something.
Whew. Oh, the terminal's looking good.
I'll give you. Another 300. 300. There you go. Huh? Yeah.
Sorry? What did you say? I can't hear you.
Car park?
Yeah, car park. The worst person to ask. I said the worst person to ask. Of all people that they made a mistake, eh? They should pick them well.
It's called Stone Cold Face.
Yeah. Why does this space look worse than before? They go, oh, you know what? They've cut a lot of stuff. Okay, they're doing some serious construction.
More students.
At least she's not upset. What? She's what? She's moving. True. Moving is important. She wouldn't. use the new terminal. It's quite small.
Africa bound. It's like once you have school, you know, whatever back.
That's right. No, but even if you had like did a master's or even an undergrad, you couldn't hold it, no?
It's like PhD is the most flexible degree out of all.
Yeah,
There's nothing more flexible. Well, at least PhD also.
it's true.
Masters, I didn't have the same flexibility.
That's true. Because you actually, and also I think because of COVID. Wait, me actually wear my mask regardless of.
Hold on. Let's go. Come back.
We're waiting for other people. Most likely.
Watch your back.
So. They wonder, do you think everyone is waiting for somebody? Probably, because you know what? Look at how many suitcases we still left.
Don't worry, I lost that too. It doesn't matter.
Love.
This is my friend. I have a car. You purpose. I have a car.
Let me call Miss Sade.
Guys, please, if you have the money, get a porter to help navigate this trip to the car park, because it is not easy, and you don't need to start your stuff ahead from the airport. You can start your stuff ahead down the line, but you know, you came from abroad now, like continue that, you know, get life, you know, as you exit Lagos airport. So at that point, we, you know, got to the car park. We met with our cab driver that we had booked in advance, and it was an easy, you know, get in, get out of the airport, which was fine. We had no issues in Lagos getting home. We live on the island. Took about 30 or so minutes, which was very smooth, very quick. Obviously the third mainland bridge is closed right now, so we had to navigate and go through Echo Bridge. Otherwise, it was a very smooth journey. I really hope you guys found all the information I shared super useful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those questions in the comment section below, and I will be there to answer your questions. If you have specific questions about traveling to Nigeria in general, please join our Travel to Nigeria Facebook community page. This is the outlet to really help people with specific questions on how to navigate travel to Nigeria. You're going to find a lot of resource on there, so I implore you to definitely, you know, go to that Facebook page and engage, and yes, and learn a lot. I really hope you found this video super useful. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Give this video a huge thumbs up. The next video is going to be all about my COVID testing, my 7-day testing in Nigeria. Like, where did I go to do that? How was the process? Was it a drive-through? Was it, you know, was it uncomfortable? Was it good? When did I get the results? I'm going to share all that in my next video. Thank you guys.